My question is for Kevin, Anthony, and Sebastian. Captain America is now gone. That's a huge impact on the MCU. So what is that like? And since you are both now some of the older surviving Avengers, what responsibility do you feel leading future heroes?
Anthony.
Well, I think it was Endgame was a monumental shift of the superhero universe.
What's going on, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder, where we talk all things Marvel and MCU. And today, I got to attend the Marvel Studios and Disney press conference virtually for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And during this press conference, I got to speak to Kevin Feige, Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, Kari Skogland, who directed the show, and Malcolm Spellman, the head writer of the show. And the beginning clip you saw is me getting to ask a question to Kevin Feige, Anthony Mackie, who of course plays Falcon, and Sebastian Stan, who of course plays the Winter Soldier. I'll be doing an entire breakdown of the whole press conference for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier tomorrow, but in the meantime, I wanted to tell you what they had to say to me when I asked them a question. So again, my question was as follows in the clip. My question is for Kevin, Anthony, and Sebastian. Captain America is now gone. That's a huge impact on the MCU. So what is that like? And since you are both now some of the older surviving Avengers, what responsibility do you feel leading future heroes? Then Anthony Mackie answered me first, then Sebastian Stan answered, and then Kevin Feige himself answered as well. Now, unfortunately, I was asked not to share any more footage than I just shared, but I can tell you exactly what they said. Anthony Mackie said that Avengers Endgame was a monumental shift of the superhero universe. He continued to say the scope of that movie, the idea of that film, is something larger than I think anyone imagined. Our goal, and we've talked about this, I'll speak for Sebastian, was not to mess it up. We didn't want to be the first crappy Marvel project. And as he said this, him, myself, and pretty much everybody else burst into laughter. And I can personally assure you that this show does not suck. But he went on to say, our job was to take the torch and not make a bad show. I'm very happy to say that Steve Rogers will be proud that our show does not suck. He continued to say that I say all that to say our show does not suck and we are not the first crappy Marvel project, so the next show has a problem because if it's bad, they're gonna be the first crappy Marvel project in like 20 years. From there, everybody laughed and then Sebastian Stan chimed in and said, what are you saying about Loki? In which Anthony replied, I don't know, I'm just saying. And then Sebastian Stan actually addressed my question as well after director Kari Skogland encouraged him to answer by saying, come on Sebastian, get yourself in trouble. Then Anthony Mackie actually commented on my Captain America Winter Soldier shirt, saying, come on, look at that shirt, look at that shirt. Then Sebastian Stan answered my question by saying, that question that you just asked is very much built into the arc of both of these characters, where they are at the top of the show, you know? And actually answering that question and exploring that question is very much their journey throughout the show. Who am I now? What do I have to contribute? That guy did this and this, so what is gonna be my legacy? If I even want that. So there's all these pieces to it that kind of are interesting rather than just coming out of the gate and saying, you know, I have all the answers. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige then stepped in, adding, well, I will just end and say that we never would have attempted this or tried this or have been as excited to bring this series to Disney Plus if we didn't have unbelievable actors like Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan playing these characters and being able to bring them to life. And know that we can pile 6 hours on them and it'll work and they could go further. And obviously with Malcolm and Kari bringing them to life in ways that are above and beyond, and not on this call, Nate Moore and Zoe Nagelhout, who brought in Malcolm and Kari, who were there every single day, all making what the show is, which is, as Anthony says, the show that doesn't suck. And I was actually the last question of the entire press conference, so after this, it was the end. Now, I also did interview the director, Kari Skogland, one-on-one, and that will be posting hopefully tomorrow. And I actually can show the footage for that, so that's pretty exciting because she had a lot of good things to say about the show, some very interesting things to say that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. And yes, I did ask her about Mephisto. But one thing I can tell you about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is what Anthony Mackie said. It does not suck. In fact, it is far from sucking. It's an amazing show. I loved WandaVision, but this is a straightforward Marvel show, and I like it a little bit more. So stay on the lookout for my entire press conference breakdown. That should be up tomorrow, and my interview with director Kari Skoglund. That should be up tomorrow or the next day as well. Just want to say thank you to everybody who has supported me up to this point to get me here to where I can actually talk to the people at Marvel. It's a dream come true, and I owe it all to you. I hope I can bring you more awesome content like this where I actually talk with everybody at Marvel, and from the bottom of my heart, woof woof.